Okay, this video for the CBJ Konoka. CBJ, oh my god, look at that graph. We'll talk about that in just a minute. If you are interested in winning, I told you guys I'd start my collabs. The red one's not there anymore because it's in the box. Magic. If you're interested in the Let's Shore EJ07 collab that I did, comment below this video, a subscriber that I can confirm. And if you genuinely like the video, that would help the algorithm. I'd appreciate that. This will be given out. Sent out probably first week in September. It's so hot right now going to the post office, the whole thing. Remember, on my dime, I'm sending this stuff to you guys. That'll go out. The Mahina will go out separately, and then all the other collabs will be put together and sent to one winner. So it'll be broken down into three. Kind of spread the love a little bit. So about the CBJ Konoka. I might throw up that video that I saw and I shared with you guys in my community section of this thing vibrating across the table coming off an iPhone. I'm here to say that that's kind of slightly a little bit misleading. I'm not able to. Let's check my credentials. Everybody knows I'm a bass head. This is stuff that's always in my library. We've got Bass I Love You, Bass Erotica, Max Kilohertz, World's Deepest Bass. I've got all kinds of car audio. I got Baby D right there. I got UGK. I got Big Boy. I got Big Boy also over there. Another Big Boy. J Love. Big Crit. I got all kinds of stuff to do bass. This set does not perform in the way that that video shows. They put a lot of, it seems like EQ into it. I'm not sure. Let's talk about that graph real quick. Or not quick. That bass bump right there is the haptic driver. That's not a problem because this is not designed for critical listening. If you're listening for finger slides and pedal pushes and breaths on the mic or just a normal audiophile-ish replay, this isn't the set for you. This is more for gamers. That bass is fine. The problem is that treble. Let's talk about the bass one more time. This set, if you measure it, it's very sensitive to being touched to anything. If you put it on the table, you're going to eat away some of that bass. It's designed to be put in the air. If you put it up against something to get it to fit so that you can line up at 8K, you're going to eat that bass away. So I put it on the mic with the IEM facing down with nothing touching it like it would be in my ear, and I got better measurements of the haptic driver. So if there's variations in that, it's related to that. I talked to CBJ just a little bit. There's kind of the language barrier is kind of clear, and it seems like they could have done more with this, but we're hesitant, and I'm not really sure why, because nobody's going to confuse this with an audiophile set. Nobody's going to buy this to listen to their classical music, rock and roll. That's not really what people are going to listen to. Some EDM, R&B, bass tracks, trip hop. That's what this will be used for. This treble is a problem, not that. Go ahead and boost this up because embrace yourself. Be your greatest you that you can be. You're a haptic driver holding set. Turn that haptic driver up. Now, for people who bought this set, because I showed you a video on my community channel, let me go ahead and show you this exact same set. That gives you much more room to turn it up, because in its stock form you've got to turn it up to get any kind of feeling of bass, and then that treble will murder you. This is the more accurate measurement of bass because I did this with it tilted up, because by this point I'd figured out that anything touching it was going to impact it. This is more like that's actually good upper mid treble tuning actually, and it's got more energy in the haptic side. The way that you do that is you take the set, hopefully you got metal tweezers in your possession, you pop this grill off right here, and you take, I would rec 4x4 foams, tuning foams. You should have these in your life no matter what. Someday you're going to get a set, and the only thing that you would need to do for your personal taste is to tone down maybe some treble, and this is exactly what you'd probably need. If you don't have the money to return something or wait or anything like that, this is a good, it's going to eat away at the res a little bit, maybe a little bit, but it's kind of what you got to do. Unfortunately, because there's a driver right here, you can't heat this up just very quickly and then gently push the BA down a little bit. It's not the same as tubing it, but you're going to take away a little bit of the energy. Because this is blocked by a driver right behind it, which I believe, looking at this, that's the haptic driver, and this, because of the solders, looks like that looks like the regular driver. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, the driver is preventing the BA from being pushed down. Mush some foam on top of that and then get this, and what this does is give you more headroom. You can turn it up without the treble immediately killing you and get more of that haptic feedback. Now here's the overall conclusion. I can't get this to sound as it did or as it looked like it did in the video. It's very hard to get this thing to really vibe. I've seen some other people do videos. It's just not that easy. Running off of all my DAPs, my phone, and an ADI 2 DAC with bassy stuff, it'll do it, but it's not. Maybe I need a ceramic table or something. I saw somebody do it and he just was laying it on some other earphones. So people are doing it, but it's a little bit harder than. This is not ready for prime time is what I'm saying, to summarize. The idea of having a haptic set for gamers, they've got another set that I'll go ahead and talk about. This has one of those mics on it that you can remove. This is a metal shelled version of, I think, this, with maybe some different drivers. I don't recall what it is exactly, but this has a haptic driver as well, so they're going to start to improve. My message for them, my message for you is to maybe wait, definitely wait. My message for them is, don't worry about what this looks like on a graph. Turn it up. It's what you are doing. You've got other sets for people that want to have a more traditional tuning. You've got other sets that are maybe more like Harman. People got that in their lives. Be unique. Do this. Do it well. If you've got a driver that's going to vibrate to somebody's ear, turn it up. Don't worry about that. You're not going to confuse people or surprise them by the bass when you're advertising through videos that this thing will vibrate in your ear. Make it vibrate more. Make it vibrate easier. Give the people what they want. And if people are wanting to get something like this, again, this is the version that has foam in it. If you want to attract people, so put some foam in there or dampen it a little bit better so that people have more headroom and get a profile like this, and then let that haptic driver go more. I don't know what you're doing to maybe control that a little bit, but don't worry about it. Embrace the bass. There's companies that are charging $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 nowadays. Actually goes way back to Empire years with lots of bass. And I don't care what anybody ever tells you ever about any of that stuff. When you lift up the mid bass, it's going to impact female vocals immediately. It's going to impact your perception of other things. And it doesn't matter that there's other drivers that are dedicated to taking care of those things. Your brain is being overwhelmed by low frequency energy. That's not the ideal situation to be enjoying piano or enjoying drum kit, including snares and hi-hats and cymbal crash, and that's not the tuning for that. So I don't care what you say. Elevated bass is always going to subtract from the true faithful reproduction, which is part of the audiophile definition. I like my bassy sets just like everybody else does, but go for it. Do it. Boom. I'll buy it. The original version is not ready. And yeah, that one. And I'm out.